I am really excited to be here and share with you Without End and Therapeutic Breathwork. I'm going to be your tour guide on this journey of self-discovery and discovery of who we are as a collective and where we're going in our work together as human beings on this planet. I was trained as a clinical psychologist because of my fascination with the amazing beings that we are and talents that we have yet to discover. I was also imbued with a mission not just to understand human phenomenon, but to be of service to those with whom I share this earth. This led me to investigate both my inner dimensions of my body with Tai Chi, Neigong. I've done a variety of other body-oriented things like breath work and bioenergetics. Investigate my mind with meditation, a wide variety of psychotherapeutic techniques, including Gestalt, cognitive, humanistic, and positive psychology, and spirit. Both the Eastern and Western spiritual traditions, as well as indigenous practices from around the world. One of my greatest joys is to share the best of what I've discovered in a collaborative way with my fellow voyagers for mutual growth and conscious evolution. This is what brought me here today to share with you. Now, breathwork has, for the past 50 years, been the most incisive tool that I have found for exploring the heights and the depths of the human psyche and healing areas of holding blockage to our evolution. The spiritual foundations of breathwork continue to elevate our consciousness and develop new applications for healing. So 10 years ago, when I was introduced to the writings of Glenda Green in Love Without End, it opened the doors to me for the teachings of Jeshua and the central place of love and the Sacred Heart for personal and planetary evolution. It not only deepened my understanding of the spirit of breath and its application to our healing, but also invaded every aspect of my personal and professional life. I was bursting with enthusiasm to share the insights and practices I've learned and combined with the healing power of breathwork that have transformed my life daily and the lives of those with whom I've shared them. So the purpose of this course is to deepen each participant's awareness and practical applications of the heart's intelligence. Each class will focus on one of the 7 levels and, through experiential exercises, give new tools for bringing truth, simplicity, and love to your relationships and life work. Glenda Green was a portrait artist of some note who felt called to paint a portrait of Jesus. Now, doing diligence, as the artist she was, she researched how such a historical figure would look from the region in which he lived, including his original name in Aramaic, which is Jeshua. And then after extensive study, her mental imagery that she was trying to get into painting this picture grew increasingly strong to where she felt it was taking on a deepening awareness in her consciousness. It's finally manifested in an actual appearance and live representation of her subject. Now, this, of course, was beyond anything her mind could conceive, but over the ensuing months, the transmissions and teachings to which she was exposed erased any shadow of a doubt as to the authenticity of the message. All this she held privately until, after several years, she was given instructions to share what was transmitted to her in writing to the world. The accuracy and depth of what she wrote has astounded leaders in the fields of physics as well as those of psychology and theology, none of whom could fathom where this advanced knowledge had come from. Now, a friend of mine and a colleague gave me this book and told me he was, at first was very skeptical of its origins until he read it and experienced the effects on his life. So I was equally skeptical, but being a student of many arts and sciences, I had quipped that I didn't care if my cornflakes started talking to me in the morning. If they had something valid and useful to share, I'd listen. Well, I've spent my life studying and teaching in the School of Integrative Psychology from the greatest traditions, West and East, and have never found such a profound synthesis of ageless wisdom, penetrating insight, and divine compassion. Subsequently, I continue to get daily, ever-growing value from absorbing these lessons. And as I've asked all of my students, don't believe anything I say, but be open to listening, taking it in, and seeing what resonates and works for you. So let's begin with some definitions, which may ask you to rearrange a number of your basic beliefs. First of all, we're talking about levels of intelligence from the wisdom of Jeshua. When I use the word intelligence, do not confuse it with the dry detachment of mental reasoning. True intelligence is merely certainty and understanding which bring both clarity and passion to life, bringing your head and heart together. And you say, I love this definition of intelligence. It's not about a bunch of theories that you can accumulate and then try to make reality fit into those theories. It's about what actually works. How do you understand the essence of what's going on in your life, bringing clarity to it and compassion for it? So the levels of intelligence available to humankind could be summarized as survival, logic, synchronicity, and love. All four are present in the lives of each person, although a person will focus on the one that assists them the most. Now, if they know little about the heart's intelligence or the greater intelligence of love, they're going to put their emphasis on one of the other possibilities. Genetic intelligence is well equipped to sustain physical life and to interact emotionally with the environment. Mental intelligence can formulate reports and engineer rocket ships. Neither, however, is equipped to give meaning to life or to establish a connection with divinity. Attempts to apply them beyond their means have led to disastrous misconceptions. Ultimately, there is one infinite connected intelligence. That is one spirit. Perhaps one could refer to it as the great cosmic mind, although the term consciousness would more accurately describe its function and availability to all of life. Mind, precisely speaking, is composed of at least minimal structure due to its circuitry, self-contained integrations, and proprietary applications. It's a useful tool, in other words. Only the heart's intelligence can comprehend infinity and connect heaven with earth in a meaningful way. From a center of equilibrium, much like the hub of a wheel, the heart unfolds its awarenesses in 7 concentric rings of understanding. Each succeeding dimension of intelligence builds upon and completes the ones coming before it. These levels are for your reference in handout 2, the 7 levels of the heart's intelligence in breathwork. Now, we're just showing you this very briefly. You can refer to it. It's in your class folder.